The UK is emerging from the biggest global downturn since the Great Depression of the 1930s. On the global scale, positive signs of growth in some countries contrast with deepening economic and political worries in others. In response to this continued period of change and unrest, businesses have had to adapt to the new economic environment. One of the key changes that smart organisations have made is to transform the way they manage their suppliers. Increased pressure on margins has meant that suppliers have had to compete harder to survive, and marketplace globalisation has afforded buyers greater choice. But don't forget that the recession has taken its toll on our suppliers too, driving many out of business. For those that have survived, the new commercial landscape has also forced them to adapt. If a key supplier that we are dependent on and cannot easily find an alternative for has fundamentally changed their business in order to survive, we could be blind to a significant risk to the assurance of supply. Add to this other global concerns such as environmental events, commodity scarcity, and security of supply may be a problem just waiting to happen. But the recession has shown us that to have real confidence in continuity of supply, we must actively manage our relationships with our most important suppliers. There are, in fact, 5 considerations we should know who is important to us. Important is not just about knowing the suppliers that we spend the most with, it's also about those who present the greatest risk to our business. Now, this could be risk in the form of assurance of supply or brand damage caused as a result of poor practices in the supply chain. A tiny supplier working on some new ideas might initially appear insignificant, but with help could provide innovation that could create massive brand value. The second is managing the risk. Supply-side risk management can frequently be neglected. However, if we can accurately evaluate who our key suppliers are, then we can precisely focus our efforts on building deeper and more robust relationships with them. A structured risk assessment approach helps here to ensure that we don't miss anything. Thirdly, we need to understand them. To truly understand a supplier, first we need to get close to them and then stay there, investing time to investigate and understand what is really happening. We then monitor for signs of change that might warrant further checks. For example, a change in ownership, or a change in direction, change in staffing, or if general activities change. To do this, we need to meet with them, we need to visit them, we need to positively encourage candid feedback and create opportunities for interaction. Fourth, we need to help them to help us. Post-recession, companies need to work harder to differentiate and succeed, which means we must constantly find new ways to gain competitive advantage. Our supply base can help, though such a contribution is not automatic. It instead demands collaboration, and there must be mutual and beneficial collaboration too. This can only be achieved by creating and maintaining the right relationship with our most valuable suppliers. Now, this relationship, sea change, can only be instigated by us. If you wait for your key suppliers to do it, you will still be waiting as you watch your market share ebb away. And finally, number 5, don't take them for granted. The buyer mindset of the supplier is always there and will work on my terms is something that I see a lot. But for our key suppliers, this belief can actually be misguided. To evolve a traditional supplier relationship to one that delivers proactive innovation and looks for time, quality and cost efficiencies, businesses must truly value their key suppliers and invest necessary time and effort. Also remember to recognize their value, and even something as simple as thank you for going the extra mile makes a real difference.